welcome to the Stretford Enders full-time Real Sociedad 0, United 1. I was going to do this, the live match reaction a bit sooner, but I had to get my thoughts together. Even though that we won the game tonight, it generally feels like we lost that game, and I think it's more to do with the fact that the way we played. I think the way that we approached the game tonight was really, really poor. I don't get why it's taken us until the 20th minute to start playing in that game. A lot of people will say that tiredness is starting to creep into United's game. I mean, we're still very early on in the season, so how some people can say that tiredness is creeping into United's game already is a major concern. Whether it's because we played so many games over the last couple of weeks, where we played on a Thursday and we played on a Sunday, it's no excuse at all. I said in the live watch along that I was nervous before the game, but we knew that we had to go there tonight and win by 2 clear goals. We allowed Real Sociedad to look comfortable, apart from the 2 shots on target. Apart from the 2 shots in the first half, I can't really think of any. I can't think of any other saves that David had to make in the game. But I think it's just the way that we approached the game today was really, really poor. I don't get some of the decisions. I don't get the team selection. Donny van der Beek coming in tonight. Why is it tonight? Erik ten Hag knew that we had to win the game. For me, I would have gone, I get, that Rashford can't play every single game for United, but a game of this importance, a game that we had to win by those 2 goals, Rashford should be starting tonight. Donny van der Beek, he's not a Manchester United player, and he never will be a Manchester United player. I think we've seen it over the last couple of seasons. He was brought in. Everyone thought, he would solve the problems in this Manchester United midfield. I think he's added to the problems at this football club, and he's got to go. He's got to go in January. The performance that he's put in tonight, it was absolutely appalling. Whether that was a lack of football that he's played throughout the season. So Ten Hag put in Harry Maguire up front. Gavin, when I seen those changes in the second half with Fred coming on and Harry Maguire coming on, and I could see that Harry Maguire was going to play up front, I was sitting there, I was like, what the hell is going on? The changes that Erik ten Hag made in that game tonight, it was like watching Ole Gunnar Solskjaer all over again. Erik ten Hag tonight got it tactically wrong, both with the team selection and with the substitutes. I don't get why he's brought off Victor Lindelof and he's brought on Scott McTominay. And then I can get why he's brought off Donny van der Beek, but why is he bringing Harry Maguire and putting him up front? For me, that was just a sign of desperation, because we were doing nothing in that game. That game tonight to me just seems like Real Sociedad's. They were just quite happy to have as much as the ball as they possibly could and frustrate us as much as they could, which they did. Defensively, We looked strong tonight. I thought, Delo and Martinez were outstanding. Tonight. Unfortunately, now Martinez is going to miss that playoff game in February, which is a massive blow. He should never have been booked. When the referee booked him, I was just thinking, I thought the referee was poor tonight, but we can't use that excuse. I just think Real Sociedad, they come into the game with a game plan to waste as much time as they possibly could, and I think the referee allowed them to get away with that with a certain degree. But again, we can't use that as an excuse, because we knew that we had a job to do tonight. We knew that we had to go out there and score. We knew that we had to go out there and win, but not only win, go out and score 2 goals. It didn't happen. Apart from the attack where Ronaldo gave the ball to Garnacho, Ronaldo didn't do much tonight. I thought he looked very isolated pretty much of all of the game. I thought Bruno Fernandes looked isolated for pretty much of all of the game. I feel a bit, we won the game, but yeah, I feel very, very flat, because I've looked at the statistics at full time, and we've only had one, according to those statistics, we've only had one shot on target the whole of the game. Real Sociedad, they're not a bad team, but these are the types of teams that we should be going and beating 3 or 4-0. We should, I feel like we went into the game with the wrong attitude. Whether it was nervous, at the start of the first half, it looked like the players were very nervous, and even when we started playing, we never got out to first gear at all tonight, and going forwards is a massive worry, because if it comes to it that we do end up playing Barcelona, or is it Juventus in this playoff? Yes, it's over 2 legs, and we can beat them, but it's going to be difficult. And we were fantastic last weekend against West Ham. I thought West Ham were very unlucky not to get anything out of that game. The defence and David De Gea has kept us in that game. But it just seemed like there was no urgency from this Manchester United team tonight. It just seemed like I was watching the United of old, where we were given the ball away, where we were given the ball away very, very too easily. We weren't dominant in midfield. We were poor. Well, I thought we were very poor tonight in the final third. And the fact that it's now come out that we've got no money to spend in the January transfer market is a huge concern. So I think after watching that game tonight, I'm sure all United fans will agree that we are crying out for an established striker, somebody that can go and score us 20-30 goals a season. We haven't got that. We haven't got that at this football club. Yeah, Ronaldo's come back into the team recently and he scored a few goals. I was a bit disappointed with Ronaldo's performance tonight. Garnacho, how old is the lad? 18 years old, and he was the only player who actually looked like he actually wanted to do something. There's too much inconsistency in this Manchester United team. yes, we've been playing well recently. We have, we have played some good football at times this season. But when you look at the chances that we've been creating, the chances that we should be scoring from, and we're not, it's a major worry. I thought we were really poor. I thought we were really poor in the second half tonight. I don't think we offered nothing at all. We didn't offer anything. And the fact that we half time we were 1-0 up, you would have thought that the message would have been, right, let's go out there, let's up the tempo. We haven't played fantastic in the first half, so let's go out there in the second half and up the tempo. That's not given an opportunity to settle in the game, and let's not give them an opportunity to settle. Let's make sure that we're dominating the midfield. Let's make sure that we're playing a lot better in the final third. Let's make sure that the passing's better. Let's make sure that attacking. Let's make sure the runs are better in the final thirds. Nothing happened tonight. Nothing happened at all. I'm struggling. It's hard when you've supported the club for so long, and there's going to be lots of Manchester United fans out there like me who've seen the glory years in the 90s where we were used to winning, and we were used to winning trophies, and we were used to dominating teams and dominating midfield, and we had some of the best. We had the best striking partnerships in the league at the time. We've gone from that to struggling to score goals, to struggling to dominate teams, to struggle, keeping possession. And things need to improve. I'm not sitting here and comparing Erik Ten Hag with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because Ten Hag, we all know what he did with Ajax, and the trophies he won and the leagues he won. But I think but when you watch him on the touchline, he's got no emotion. There doesn't seem to be any kind of emotion from Erik Ten Hag on the touchline, which again is a bit of a worry, because when you look at other managers out there who are screaming at their players if they aren't doing things right, then Erik Ten Hag needs to start doing that. Maybe that's not his style of management. Maybe he doesn't feel comfortable screaming at players if they're not putting in the shift, or if they're making wrong decisions. But at the end of the day, if he wants to take this Manchester United team forwards and turn things around and put things right and turn this into a successful football club again, then that's what he needs to do. If one or two of these players need to bollock in during part of the game and be told that they're not doing what Erik Ten Hag wants them to do, then he needs to make sure they're telling him. But just really disappointed with the way that we approached the game. To be honest with you, I am a bit speechless with the whole situation. And I said in the live match along here, when you looked at this group, we should have walked this group. Yeah, Real Sociedad, they're not a bad team, but they didn't really offer anything tonight. They had a few shots on target. They kept the ball. They they got they got into the box a few times. Just but I think all that was to do was just to run that was just to basically just to run down the clock and frustrate United as much as they could, and they've done that tonight, and I think we should have. I think Eric Ten Hag should have seen that as a wake up call. I think he should have seen it as a wake up call, and tactically should have changed it. I would conversations with Gavin at half time, whether we should have changed things. Yeah, maybe we should have changed things at half time. Brought off Donny van der Beek. How he's managed to stay on for as long as he has tonight is I'm not quite sure. But maybe Eric Ten Hag should have changed things at half time and brought on Marcus Rashford's. We had Alanga on the bench tonight. Yeah, he's not really had much playing time in the United team this season. But we all we know that Alanga's got pace, and I think if we brought on Alanga and Rashford at half time, then I feel the game could have swung in a completely different way. Yeah, but going back to the substitutions, I think I think Eric Ten Hag needs it's confusing why Eric Ten Hag has made those substitutions, but the other day put in the team selection and the substitutions aside, that team that was out there tonight, they were put out there to do a job, and they've let the fans down. They've let Eric Ten Hag down, and I just hope the fact that we've won the game tonight, but for me it feels like defeat. I just hope the fact that because we haven't got the results tonight that we needed, I just hope that doesn't affect us in the next couple of games. We've got Villa twice in the next week. We play them Sunday in the league, and then we play them again in the Carabao Cup, and I think we finish off with Fulham just before the World Cup. So we need to go out there in the next 3 games. The performance levels from these Manchester United players needs to be a lot better. The performance level against Aston Villa has got to be 100% better. And obviously, we're not quite sure what's going to happen with the Carabao Cup. You'd expect Eric Ten Hag to make changes in that game. But I want to see us win the next 3 games. I want to see us go and beat Villa twice, and then beat Fulham before the World Cup break. But I'm just really disappointed with really disappointed with the way that we approached the game. There was seemed to be no mentality from the team, no urgency. Really poor keeping possession at times tonight. We were making, the last 5-10 minutes of that game, we were just launching balls forward, just hoping that somebody would get on the end of it and score a scrappy winner. Because let's face it, we didn't deserve the score. In reality, we didn't deserve to score that second goal tonight, because we didn't do enough to score that second goal. And again, that's down to the players. That's down to the players' attitude on the pitch. It's down to their mentality, and obviously the players' attitude, the right attitude wasn't there tonight to go and win that game. For me, like I said, the only players who actually stood out for me tonight was Garnacho. I think he deserves to start against Aston Villa on Sunday. But I want to see changes against Aston Villa on Sunday. I think there's a few players who've underperformed in the team tonight, and maybe it's a chance to give a few other players the opportunity to come in, a few of the young lads to come in and show what they can do. So yeah, it's really disheartened by the results. The fact that we've my thoughts going into Sunday. On paper, we should be beating Aston Villa, but on paper, we should have beaten Real Sociedad tonight. I think I knew it was going to be a hostile crowd. I kind of knew how Real Sociedad were going to play tonight. I knew that they were going to frustrate us as much as they possibly could. Because, like I said at the start, a draw would have been an excellent result for them. They've lost the game 1-0, but they've come out in a much better position than United have. Our next game is on Sunday, Jack, against Aston Villa in the league. Aston Villa are struggling, but like I said, we're playing some good football at times. Our main issue is scoring goals. I think it's not even scoring goals. It's our build-up play, which is really, really disappointing as well. If you watch the game, you would see tonight, how slow we were at times. Bill, I don't get why Eric Ten Hag wants us to build, to build from the back, because that's not the United way. That style doesn't suit United. It might have suited Eric Ten Hag in Holland, in the Dutch league, but it doesn't suit United. And I think the way that we're playing out through the back, when we're playing out through the back, it really, I watched it. I noticed that it really slows the momentum of the game down. Whether that had an impact on the result tonight, possibly. Yeah, Sociedad, they set up to defend. Like I said, they were quite happy just to have the ball. They didn't really do anything with it. I think there was a few things. There was one or two moments in the first half where David De Gea had to make, was it 2 quick saves? But apart from that, they did nothing. They just seemed happy to keep the ball. I'm not saying they weren't worried. I'm not saying that they weren't worried. They weren't bothered if they were scoring or not tonight, because every team wants to go and win. But you could see what Real Sociedad. You could definitely see what Real Sociedad were doing. I'm just really disappointed with the way that we set up, with the way that Eric Ten Hag has set up tactically tonight with his team selection, and with the substitutes as well. So leave your comments in the comment box below. Let me know what you thought about the game tonight. Let me know what you think. Let me know where you think we should improve, where we need to improve going forward. I'll be looking to do another live watch along on Sunday against Aston Villa. So I'll be putting that on the YouTube channel as well. Hope you enjoyed watching the live watch along this evening. Obviously, it wasn't the best of games. It wasn't the best of games tonight, and at times there wasn't a great deal going on. So smash the like on the video if you've enjoyed watching. Don't go, Jack. Okay. Okay, so Okay, so what I'll do before I go, I'll rate the players out of 10. David De Gea, he made those 2 saves in the first half. Apart from that, didn't have a lot to do in the game. So I'm going to give David, because David De Gea he did make 2 good saves in the first half. So I'm going to give David De Gea a 7. Luke Shaw, I thought Luke Shaw played really well tonight. I'm going to give Luke Shaw an 8. And I give Martinez an 8. And I give Martinez a 9. So I thought Martinez dominated that defense again tonight. Victor Lindelof obviously started the game. He was brought off. I give Victor Lindelof a 6. Delot, I thought Delot played really well again tonight. I give Delot a 7. I was disappointed with Eriksen at times tonight. I was also disappointed with Casemiro at times, because I thought we should have dominated that midfield a lot more. I was hoping those 2 would break up the play and get the ball forward. That didn't really happen at all. So I'm going to give Eriksen a 5. I'm going to give Casemiro a 5 as well. Donny van de Beek. I thought Donny van de Beek had a dreadful game today, so I'm going to give Donny van de Beek a 3. Bruno Fernandes had a really quiet game tonight, so I'm going to give Donny van de Beek a 5. Garnacho, like I said, I think Garnacho was one of the only players when he was on the pitch that was trying to make things happen for United tonight. So I'm going to give Garnacho a 7. Ronaldo, I think he was, for a lot of that game tonight, Ronaldo was isolated. But the ball, for some reason or not, for whatever reason, we couldn't get the decision making right tonight, which is why Ronaldo was isolated a lot, and you could tell Ronaldo was starting to get frustrated. Ronaldo didn't do a lot wrong. I'll give Ronaldo a 6. But yeah, I've said all I've got to say about the match tonight. I'm going to wrap it up now. I've been on I've been on YouTube since about 5:30 this afternoon. But I appreciate all the comments and everyone that's watched and liked both videos tonight. Keep on sharing the videos, keep on subscribing to the channel, keep on leaving your comments in the comment box below. Even though I'll keep on commenting on the comments as well. Thank you all for watching. I'll be back on the weekend. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.